Hey guys, it's Friday. I should be working, but I'm here making a video, and that's really pretty exciting to me. I have a wedding to go to tonight with my wife for a friend of hers. I don't know anybody, one of those deals, but it got me out of work for the day. So we got to leave it at like 3 o'clock, and I normally get out at 6. I probably could have done a half day, but what are you gonna do? So I know you guys got your eyes on what I got this camera on right now. I just did a quick mock-up. You know what I noticed the other night? These are 30 North beadlocks. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but there is a 30 North logo on the beadlock right there. Yeah, it's a little dirty, but there's a 30 North logo right there. This color was something I had never seen before when I got this. And these are a little different than what I've seen from Rovin and King Motor, and they feel pretty beefy. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to keep them, and that's where the whole color, that's where the color scheme came from for the body. I was able to find that Spastics had the same color. I mean, Createx had it too, but Spastics had the most. It seemed like it was the closest closest to it as far as the color was concerned, and so I chose to go with the Spastics. And I had never airbrushed with Spastics before. I'd always used Createx. Great paint. It really is. It's not acrylic like the Createx stuff that I'm used to, but it laid on really well. These panels are unbelievable. As far as like how the paint laid on, I used Createx and Spastics on this, Spastics, and it was nice to be able to paint with the both of them. They work well together. Just as a kind of a side note, I know not all you guys are painters, but some of you out there might be. And this body, let me take this down for a minute. What I originally decided for this was I would paint it, and then I would, because the idea was to have it look like the Kraken Vekta, the original Kraken Vekta. The hue on this blue is too dark. All I could do was look at pictures online, and it was tough because some of them in the light look like the blue was darker. Some of them, in the light, the blue looks lighter. Needless to say, this is what I chose, and it is too dark. It doesn't match the exact hue of the original Kraken Vekta, the one that has this kind of a scheme here. And the original one has like these little, looks like beehive looking designs in this area, in this orange area here in red. And I just decided that would be too much work considering I was basically covering it anyway. But the idea is to have the Ghost, being that it was a clone, have the Ghost racing theme kind of taking over and ripping over the Vekta. But again, I wish I shadowed these with a black, shadow. But I was going to go ahead and see if I could get a sticker kit that would give me the ability to make it look make it look more like the original Vekta. You know how it says like 1506 here, and it has the Turtle Racing sticker here. And I was even going to go as far as to cut the stickers around the rips so that it would look like the rips were covering those too, But I contacted a couple guys, and as far as, that make stickers, because those stickers, some of them you can't buy, the little four-wheel drive one, it's just a lot of work. And, as far as measurements and getting the stickers the right size, I'm not going to do it. I am going to sticker this up. I'm not going to leave it like that. I have to come up with something for the door panels. It just looks really plain, and there's just too much open space there. And of course, we all know stickers make you go faster. So this side piece here, that could use something. Again, obviously, the idea here is not to spend a lot of money. I calculated it. I agree with everybody. I am only going to spend, that's what I was going to say before I go down that road. This white backing, I've done this once before. This is a Spastics Backing. It's, is that what it is? It's a clear coat that Spastics makes. After I I did this. I chose not to back it in black because I didn't want this to darken too much. So I chose to back it in white. It's actually Tamiya paint that I backed it with. It's rattle can Tamiya for Lexan panels. It's their Lexan paint, that real expensive stuff that comes in the tiniest can possible. And it's a clear coat that Spastics makes that is it's nitro fuel resistant, and it's unbelievable. I used it on this as well. This body is also done. Is it? Damn it, it's locked in. This body, and just as a little side note too, these little things here, I notice everybody struggles with them, and I do too. They pop out constantly. I'm going to go ahead and hit them with a little bit of shoe glue, or maybe even a little bit of super glue, something, because there's no reason for these to keep popping out. They don't stay in there tight enough. Maybe I'll bore out the hole a little bit so that it isn't such a tight fit. That way then they're not, the resistance isn't so tight, or the friction. So yeah, see how they just pop out? That's no good. It's a pain in the ass. You're going to lose them. You're going to be dicking around with them out in the field. So I'm going to take care of that. But what I wanted to show you guys is this body has only one run on it. And that Spastics Nitro resistant clear coat, look at that. That's the exhaust. I have to do something about the way the exhaust comes out on this, on this Baja. I thought it was going to come out just under the rear fender, but it doesn't. It was spewing, and of course I was running rich because I was breaking in the engine, and I only threw the body on there for a few minutes, and that's what happened, maybe 10 minutes. But the reason I'm showing you this, and this is front wheel rubbing, of course, is that the body, the paint itself, in the light, in the bright light, you can see some of the black shining through. You can see little spots there. But it didn't actually take the paint or affect the paint in any way. Didn't burn through the paint. And this is all done in Createx. This is all Createx with, I don't even believe I used Tamiya to back this in white. I believe that was Createx white. I did all that backing with airbrush. It was a lot of work. It's a big body. And then I used the Spastics Nitro resistant clear coat. So if you guys paint bodies, that's just something to think about. I came up with an idea for the panels for the Baja, the clear panels that I have for this. Because of course I have the original panel kit that came with it from Rovin, the red ones. But I also had picked up a set of clear panels, the Bond Dog style panels for that Team Chase cage. They're up there in a box. And I came up with an idea. I'm not going to share it yet because I kind of want to keep it a secret. But it's going to be pretty sick. It'll be a nice paint theme. And I think I'll use the panels and, kind of just switch back and forth. And, when that body gets busted up or whatever, if I ever get a chance to run it. So the unfortunate news is today is Friday the 25th, and I should be packing this up and getting it ready to roll out tomorrow to Ocala, Florida. But if you guys are down here in Florida, the weather has been absolutely atrocious, and it's been raining for weeks. The guy that runs the track just sent us a message on Facebook saying that it's just been raining cats and dogs for days, and the track is soaked. It's not going to dry up in time, so it's been postponed till the second. And so yeah, I got a little bit more time, and being that I have the day off, I might try to get this out in the field today just for a quick rip around, make sure that clutch is good to go. Again, I'm still unsure about that 4-shoe clutch. It was engaging a little bit at low RPM and sticking from time to time, but she's all back together, and the diff is good. Everything looks good. It should just be ready to go. If I still have issues with the clutch, it's coming out, and I'm either going to put, I don't know, I may just order that Snapper clutch. It's on sale right now, deal of the day for $60. Of course, when you add the bell, you're over 100, but I may pull the trigger. I got an hour or so to make the decision before it comes off deal of the day. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. If you have any experience with the Snapper clutch, I know some folks, some guys have had some good experience. Some seem to, to have terrible experiences with it as far as heat and things like that. But we'll see. I've also contemplated buying it and getting the Vekta bell and using it on this, because this, and again, this is just a mock-up. I just got the engine put together. This is I chose to go with the Roven 30.5 or King Motor 30.5 Rev engine that came out of my X2. So I put it all back together. It's got the Easy Start on it. It's got a 997 carb on it. This is the factory air intake that came with the Vekta clone. And I'll show you guys what the outer piece looks like. And I noticed there was a few different styles of these. The carb bolts mount they mount through, like the Turtle Racing one, they mount out here, and so this one here, they actually mount inside, and it has a little rubber grommet that lines it. They didn't give me the hardware to put it together, so I'm missing all this hardware. I got to see if I have it. If not, I'll find it somewhere. But yeah, that's the deal there. And they gave me a brand new air filter, of course, to mount it to. So yeah, what we have is I'm using the iKilly 2. This is going to be, I think, literally under a $200 build, believe it or not, which is going to be absolutely amazing. I'm going to be so pumped to get this thing running for the money that's going to be spent here. After making the last video, everybody said, dude, go ahead and go the budget route. And I couldn't agree more. I'm glad I made the video, and I had a guy that guy's been in the business for a long time. I shouldn't say business, but he's been in the fifth scale for a long time, and he's got some amazing builds. He knows what he's doing. He reached out to me directly and said, listen, I've had a terrible experience with my Vekta, complete disappointment all the way around. He explained some of the reasons why. I'm not going to get into that, but he too said go the route of, just get it together. So it's going to be a junkyard build. Basically, it's going to be a build of what I have laying around. It's not going to be the prettiest, the most blinged out, Vekta clone you've ever seen, but chances are you've never seen a Vekta clone anyway, other than here. So yeah, well, we're going to make this happen. And I have been able to fit either a hump pack, a Baja hump pack in here, or a 5T style battery. I'm going to use a Naima battery because, again, I'm not spending any money. The servo setup, I have a King Motor throttle servo. These are King Motor steering or throttle servos. They're 45 kg, so we're going to use this as the throttle. I don't have a steering servo right now, so that's one thing I do need. I just ordered a FlySky receiver so that I can continue using my FlySky FS transmitter. I ordered that for 12 bucks on Amazon, so it's on its way. We'll pack that in there. I think the iKilly is going to mount right up here. It looks like it would actually mount right into those bolt holes, but it's off by just a bit. See that? It would be perfect if it did, but I'll have to just put it to the side a bit, maybe like this. No. Yeah, maybe like this. That'll work. That'll give me the ability to mount it nicely. So it'll be mounted there. Kill switch, I'll run. I don't want it in the way of the linkage over here, so I'm going to run it down and under, and then plug in there. I might have to tap a hole because this, of course, isn't going to run around, or I might have to tap a hole in the side of the box there, or make a hole. I don't know what I'm going to do, to be honest. But once I put the cover on, I mean, you can't really run that under the cover like that, and it's definitely not going to make it all the way over here. They give you this little channel for your wiring, which is nice. I noticed that this comes with alloy throttle servo mounts. The Vekta, that's an upgrade. Thankfully, the Area RC horn that this clone came with fits the King Motor servo. Tooth-wise, the linkage is all off. Of course, you can see there's just a bit off, but I know they just threw it together to get it in the box. Comes with these little spaces that sit here and over here, and that's that's basically all you see. So your bell is exposed like that. The bell is different. I was hoping it was the same as like a Losi 5T bell, but it is definitely different. If it was the same, I would use the Snapper clutch, Area RC clutch that I have, the clone one. I would try that and see how that worked. I picked it up for 40 bucks. I took it all apart, but I picked it up for 40 bucks on eBay, and it has a couple runs on it. So we'll see. I also contemplated using the Rovin Super Easy Pull Start, which would fit. It would fit, but this doesn't require the milled flywheel. And this King motor engine, I had already had the milled flywheel in it for this particular Easy Pull Start style, so I just chose to go with that, and we'll save this for whatever. What else? Oh, picked up some Loctite, some Permatex Loctite. I was using one of those tiny little DDM tubes that they sell for like $1.99. Those things are tiny. I didn't realize how small they were. And I got this stuff red and blue for like, I don't know, $5 for the blue, and I think 6 something for the red. Got some butane for the mini torch. Pop it in the bottom, good to go. Filled it up way beyond what they originally sold it to me with. This is handy for getting the Loctite loose. My wife brought me home. I'm a sticker addict. Maybe there's some of you guys out there. This is all stickers, guys. They're all fishing, like, I don't know, high performance fishing boat and fishing gear stickers, but I didn't even care. I was just like, I'll take them, babe. She texted me from work and said, hey, you interested in some stickers? She knew I was interested in some stickers. This is, I believe, yeah, this is just some of them. I have quite a few. I've always liked stickers. So when it comes time to sticker up this clone, I should be good to go. But I may end up doing something a little different. What else? Yeah. What else? So yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to be able to put it together for like literally 200 bucks, being that I'm going to use the engine that I already had. And the reason I say this is initially I thought I was going to have to use this, where is it? This exhaust can, which would have been terrible because the way the can mounts, it mounts like this. And so the exhaust port would actually be pushing out towards the front of the truck. I mean, of course, I could run something to try to put a bend in it and send it out the back, but I didn't want to have to do that. So I'm talking to the guy that, you know, I was telling you about a minute ago. He reached out to me directly. He's got experience with a Vekta, and he was telling me, you know, a little bit about his and how he was disappointed with it. Well, he turns around and tells me that he's got a brand new Dominator pipe for this, you know, for the Vekta that he's not going to use, and that he's willing to give it to me. I said, you got to be kidding me. Are you serious right now? He says, yeah, I'm not even going to use it. So you know, it is what it is. He just overnighted it to me, or he sent it to me, put it that way. I couldn't believe it. So it's on its way. It's chrome. It's brand new. It's the 2-piece Dominator pipe for the Vekta, so it'll mount up perfect. I think it's loud as hell, so that'll make it even better. So yeah, in the way of charity, I have accepted, basically $150, $200 pipe, which is amazing. So I'm pumped. So yeah, we're gonna get this together without some shitty exhaust can on there. This thing's gonna be awesome. Got to get the fuel lines in. I already have the grommet. I just need to drill a 3rd hole in it and order the vent from Detroit Performance. What else? I got this big clamp on there. This thing wants to sit sideways. Oh, I took the rear Heim joints out. I was talking to one of these other guys that you know, and I appreciate. His name is Carmine. He I think it's Poor Boy RC or something. I forget the name of his channel. He's full of advice and full of knowledge, looking to get his first 5th scale. Apparently he's been in RC for a long time because he knows his shit, and I appreciate it, Carmine, because he mentioned that RC plane guys or RC plane part manufacturers may have Heim joints that will fit here for cheap money, and I think he's right. And I looked up Heim joints to see if I could pick them up cheap. They go for like 20 bucks a pair, but the measurements have to be right. It has to be the right reverse thread. It has to be the right size here. it has to be the right sized inner diameter for the thread. I mean, there's just a lot of factors there, and for the money, I don't want to order it, pay shipping, have it, wait to have it sent, and then find out it don't fit. He mentioned the Wheelman Express just came out with a beautiful looking set that replaces these upper arms, or these upper trailing arms, and comes with the Heim joint for like $85. Actually, I don't even think that kit comes with the arms, but for $85 he sells you the Heim joints, and they look amazing. But I don't want to spend that much money. So, and I don't even want to spend the $50 for the Kraken ones, the ones that just the Heim joint itself, or the end link, whatever you want to call it. But I have to. This has to be done. I can't use these plastic ones, of course. This one arrived broken, and this one's, of course, still in one piece, but can't use them. The ones that Kraken made as an upgrade for $47 seem like the way to go. So, of course, I have to spend some money to get this thing rocking and rolling. So yeah, that's, as far as money is concerned, I mean, you do the math, guys. I'm not going to run lipo, so I don't have to get some crazy expensive servo. Hopefully what I get for a servo will power it. We'll turn the steering and move it good enough to be, to have some fun with. And like I was saying to him, the guy that hooked me up with the pipe, or is hooking me up with a pipe, I'm going to have as much fun with it as I can. I've heard a lot of bad things about this particular setup, but I've also heard some good things about it. It's different, and I'm looking forward to trying it out. I really am. I think it's a cool looking rig. I love the way the body looks on it. And of course, I've watched a ton of videos, like most of us, race videos with them racing, two Vektas racing, Vektas jumping, Vektas doing speed runs. I've watched them all. In fact, I just came across one with a Scopod 62 in a Vekta. If you guys haven't seen that, look it up on YouTube. The thing rips. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited about it. I really am. I got to figure out what clutch I'm going to go with. Like I was saying earlier, I wish I could use that Area RC clutch, but I can't. I may order the Turtle clutch with the bell for this one. That's the only thing about that clutch. It's bell specific. So if I order, and I have to order it short, the short version or the long version. If I order the short version, it won't work with this engine well. I have to order the long version of it, the one with the longer shaft that fits on the crankshaft end. But if I ever want to use it in my G320, I have to use the short version of it. So it's like, what are you going to do? I don't know. I may just get the short version of it, so I have it for the G320 if and when I replace this clutch, or I shouldn't say if and when I replace this clutch, which may be very soon. If it's still acting up, I'm going to pull it out. So yeah, I only have a few hours to make that decision. And yeah, it's Friday. I got the day off. It's a long weekend. Everybody enjoy your weekend. Stay tuned. I will keep everybody up to date when the box arrives with the pipe in it. I should have a better, idea as to which way I'm going with, some of the things I talked about as far as like the steering servo. I know some of you guys mentioned a while back when I had the issue with the Baja that you had servos sitting around. Listen, guys, I may not have been, wanting to take the charity at that time because, I don't like doing that kind of stuff. But at this point, I might consider it. So if you got a servo laying around and you're looking to part ways with it, let me know. I'd be happy to do it because I really would like to get this thing together for next to nothing and see it rip. So stay tuned, guys, and I'll keep you up to date.